Today we're learning the impact of aura. It ain't gotta be perfect, but your aura is literally all that matters. You do not have to be a gorgeous person and look amazing or even have like the best intentions to have this magnetic aura. And it really comes down to a few things while I try to figure out how to stand my phone. Just give me 1 second. When we're like stuck in this, like, I need something outside of myself to fulfill me, it really does come off of this like repellent energy. But not only that, like, you can't control and almost harness your own energy field. So we have like this actual energy field that surrounds our body, and I've learned how powerful it actually can be, to the point that like you can draw the energy into your body and be stronger and have more energy. So like there was a few times I was doing like a heavy exercise, a workout, and I needed more energy. I was like running low. So I pulled the energy back into my body. And it's really like sinking deep into what you're feeling and understanding that I don't need anything outside of myself. The coolest way I was able to like really get in touch with my aura and almost have like massive impact on not only my life, but others' lives is literally just by imagining myself as the character I want to be. If you know anything about anime, there's Dragon Ball, there's Sakomoto, there's One Punch Man, there's Solo Leveling. If you imagine yourself as that main character energy, okay, and you imagine that aura that they give off, how do they show up? Like in any TV show, really anywhere, you can act as if you are that character, as you're that particular person even. Like think of like Henry Cavill. Like I just show up as Henry Cavill. Like I give off that aura. You know, that it's something we have the ability to do. We can shapeshift into any aura we want. And there's a few times where like I would try to conceptualize this with like Greek goddesses, these higher level beings like Jesus Christ, Kali. You know, when you step into those energies, they can actually give you a huge sense of empowerment, because our words and our mind have this like almost vibration to the thoughts. So like imagine yourself thinking about a specific subject, okay? Miracles, fairy tales, gods, goddesses, they all hold specific vibrations. And when you give it like that specific like Kali, your mind's like, it has to register that. And to the point that like, if you just start to say like, wait, we are masters of empathy in this reality, okay? We can mirror whatever we want by just doing it. Because that's like the whole point of aura. It's like, you just have to understand that you're already them. You're just already it. You know, the Monroe factor, where it's like Marilyn Monroe, she just gets the it factor. You know, you just turn in and you go, I'm that guy, you know, I'm that girl. And the moment you do that and you step into your body and your own aura and you just start like radiating, it's not about what you're wearing, it's about how you're feeling. If I'm like, damn, I look good today, I'm gonna look good today. And it's like, I did not show up today. I didn't put on my watch. I rolled out of bed in this. And all of a sudden, like, I felt like I was glowing. Because I started realizing, like, wait, no, I don't need to, like, get my watch on and, like, make my hair look good and do all this. Like, if I have, like, that it factor, like, that kind of stuff will fix itself. You know, I'll mess with my hair a little bit and it will look a lot better. Yeah, it might be a little puffy today. But, like, I can tell people are staring at me. Because I have that energy. I have that aura today where it's just like, I don't need anything. You know, there was like, it came a switch, because the whole drive I was like, I need something to fulfill me. And then it was like, wait, turn inward, feel that deep emotion, transmute it into my power. And like, you can tell the moment you're like looking and you're like, I want this, I want that, and not being like that authentic like self, and things feel a little off, you know? You can't really control your energy field as much. Sure, you can still have that like Sakamoto level, or, you know, whoever, Goku level aura, where it's like, I'm just that guy, and like I can look for something. But like the moment you just like turn inward and you're like, okay, I'm gonna do whatever I want. Like this, you know, I picked up the straw and I was literally just chewing on it in front. It's just like, it's such a different type of energy. It's like, wait, this person isn't afraid to be themselves in their own energy. And it might not even like, you might not even be doing the things, but you're turning inward. You're feeling what you're feeling within. So like a big example will be like, I'll be like looking around in a coffee shop, and then the moment like I just like start like doing my journaling, like think about when you're in that like flow state, that state's magnetic. So like when I start journaling and like just focusing on within, it's like people start staring at me all of a sudden. Like women literally will like make it obvious that they're staring at me. And it's like, what I'm doing is like journaling, you know, I'm writing out like inner child ideas, like, and I'm like, you know, I'm not feeling it, but I'm like, I'm in myself, I'm in my own energy. And all of a sudden, like, I start writing about like these different auras and these different ideas about like being Goku, being Super Saiyan, you know, and it's like, I envision myself having a Super Saiyan aura. You know, it is such an empowering state of mind, and it really does give off that level of power. Once your subconscious starts to believe that, like, wait, I am that powerful, you start doing things that, like, you wouldn't be able to believe. And it's like, it realistically, all it takes is saying, okay, I'm Super Saiyan today. I'm going to look at myself in the mirror and see that glow coming off of myself. Your aura, like, you have that level of control over it. It just takes time. You know, you have to understand that there's, like, a surrender of like all of this uncomfortable energy we're feeling. Like say like you're very stressed, say you're very anxious, say you're like running from something. That's like your own energy that's just asking to like be brought back into your body. And like it might sound like very like, I don't know, you have to use your own discernment with it, because sometimes it is someone else's energy, but even that can be like turned into your own power. The main thing is like really feeling that energy, that aura, like sink back into your body and sit it with that deep discomfort. Like that's the biggest part of it. If you're really angry, if you're really stressed, you allow that pain to like sink into your vessel. And the moment you do that, that's like a deep level of surrender where it's like you're actually like listening to these dense energies. Let's like actually allow you to do something with it now. You know, now you can go Super Saiyan. Now you could have your own aura. Now you could be that guy. Just do what you want to do. Turn inward. Be honest with what you want. You know, have those like intentions of like, okay, I want to call this forward. I don't know how I'm going to call this forward. And just be honest with yourself. Just say, I'm feeling like this, and I validate that I'm feeling like this. Realistically, that's how easy aura could be. Feelings, emotions, and the concept. You know, that's probably the biggest part, is understanding that we have the actual control and power to put an idea into our subconscious, like camouflaging as Kali, being Jesus Christ, being Goku. You know, you literally just imagine yourself, oop, drop it into my head. You know, you want to build a whole system, drop it into my head. That's all it is. That's why you journal about things. When you're journaling, you're putting those notes into your mind. So I hope you have a wonderful, gorgeous day. Remember to focus on that aura, focus on that energy field, and yeah, I'll catch up with you later. Peace.